Okay, I'm trying this one more time. This is Kevin. I am checking in, and it is day 146. I've run 146 days straight, and feel great. Yeah. Yeah, it's been going okay. My days are really long with the new job, so I'm coming home late, and I'm pretty tired. And most of the time, I'm just squeezing in the 1 mile. The second reason I'm only squeezing in the 1 mile is because it's like miserably cold. It's been like 30 degrees recently, and I'm just not in the mood to run. So I've been doing I've been doing the treadmill because it's extra cold outside, even though it's cold in my garage. Um, but so I'm really tired of the treadmill. I'm only squeezing in my mile. Actually today I actually did two, just to kick it up a notch. I actually did two in 8 minutes and no, I'm sorry. I wish. Um, my average pace was 8:19. I did it in like 16:40 or something like that. So yeah, 16:38 I think it was. So I did 16:38, average pace 8:19. I actually did my first mile faster than the second. I did the first mile in like 8:10, or something like that. So I'm doing my miles. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm actually gearing up to do a half marathon for the spring. I'm gonna do the Rutgers half marathon. Uh, it's Rutgers University. The marathon is April 22nd. I did the first one they ever did, which was not last year, it was the year before. And I PR'd on that one, which my PR isn't that great, so I'm not even gonna mention it. I hope to get like closer to. I think I could. I think right now, as it stands right now, I could probably run it in. I'm gonna say 2:20, and that's that should be pretty, on par with where I'm at. And that's not. I think if I did it in a 2:20, I don't think I'm gonna be dying at the end of it. So, um, and off my PR, that's like a 20-minute PR. So I've actually definitely excelled in my running. Last year was a really bad year for me. I kind of slacked off. I started to gear up for the same half marathon last year and got tied up with a job, and I was training out in down in Atlanta, and some things just happened, and it just didn't happen. And anyway, what they did. Let me sit down. Hold on. Yeah, what they did is we had like some storms come through, and the course got flooded, so they ended up making it like a 9 mile instead of like a full half marathon. So they cut it short, so it really wasn't even a full half marathon, and all that stuff. And then I was gonna do the half marathon in the fall last year, and I ended up not doing that. So last year was a really really bad year, as far as running was concerned. This year I just wanted to pick it back up. I started this year off like I did the year before, running the 5 miler on New Year's Day. I've been doing this run every day thing, and feeling pretty good. My legs today are really tight, and I guess it's because I was pushing myself. I feel it like my calves are really tight, and I feel it up into my knee. So I'm gonna I really have to stretch. I haven't been stretching. Like I said, I've been squeaking in these, doing anywhere from like, an 8 to 10 minute mile every day, and that's pretty much where I've been at. I did a 3 miler, not this weekend, the weekend before. I think that's the longest one I've done in a while. But I've been slacking off. Now my half marathon training really just has me progress real slow. It's not really pushing me to do, like a 5 miler in the middle of the week, and then like a 8 miler at the end of the week and stuff like that. It's like they want me to run like, you know 20 minutes twice a week, a 30 minutes once, and then like this weekend I was supposed to do a 3 miler. I didn't get it in. I'm gonna try and squeak it in the middle this week sometime. Or this past weekend I was supposed to do the three. I'm not really that worried about it. I did the three the week before. I'm kind of just playing it by ear and just doing what I got to do, and just trying to make it work with my schedule. Um, but like basically, I'm supposed to train. I'm supposed to do like a 3, a 4, a 5, and then go back to a 4, and then 6, 7, 8, and then 6, and then 9, and then I think then it goes 9, and then a 10 to 12, and then it goes down to 8, and then it's half marathon time. So I'm only doing like kind of like a 10 minute, a 10 week kind of string up here to it. Being that it's in mid April and we're already kind of in the middle of February, so it's coming up quick. So anyway, yeah, everything's going pretty good. My diet has not really been. I haven't really been dieting. I haven't really been watching. I've been kind of just staying at a plateau in weight. I think what's happening is I'm eating a little. I'm eating normal most of the time, excessive a little bit, but the running is just balancing me out, so I'm kind of just staying level. At some point here, I really need to kind of just focus and do what I'm supposed to do, and hopefully that's soon. We're still trying to work out, the kinks in our schedule with the new job. I'm driving a lot. I'm doing like 3 hours of driving a day. So it really takes a big chunk out of my day, and that's another reason that I'm not running as much as I'd like. Plus, I've been running every day, so I don't know how much more I'd want to be running. Um, if I were doing like 3 and 5 every day, I think I'd be injured by now. So me keeping it at the kind of low, the low commitment level, and just doing the longer runs when I need to is probably going to be what works. Um, I'm a little worried about toward the end of it because I want to do a full marathon in November, and toward the end of this mess, I'm going to have to start doing build up to that. So the only plus side to that is I think like my real long runs for it are going to be after I'd be done with this full year thing, and then I could kind of take some break days and just do what I have to do. So I think it will work out. I pray that it'll work out. But yeah, I think it's New York City Marathon year. So we'll see. We'll see if it's this year. New York City does like a lottery system. So they basically you apply and they changed it. So like I think going forward after this year or last year, it's different. Basically when you apply, you're in a lottery pool, and if you get drawn out of the pool, you get to go and run the race. Um, but if you apply consecutively, like in a row, um, year after year, I think it's 3 years in a row, you automatically get in. Now, I don't remember, and I have to check. I keep saying this, and I just haven't checked. Um, I don't know if you're automatically in the third year or you're automatically in the fourth year. Um, I don't know how that works. Now, I'm like grandfather into that scenario. They are getting rid of that. They're not going to have that anymore. So from now on, it's going to be just straight up lottery, and if you get in, you get in. If you don't, you don't. Or qualifiers, which I'm not fast enough to run a qualifying time, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, so I think it's either this year or next year is New York City Marathon. I kind of think it's this year, and I'm gonna apply. So even if it's not this year, there's still the chance that I get pulled in the lottery. Um, and K Sarah, Sarah. Um, I don't know. I don't know how a full marathon's gonna be. I haven't run one. The furthest run I've done is 18 and a half miles. That's the furthest I've done. That was like 2 years. No, yeah, 2 years ago. It wasn't last year. It was the year before last. It was probably about this time. It was winter time. I ran out in the winter in this bitter cold that I've been kind of avoiding because it makes me miserable. And I remember my camelback froze, and I was freezing, and I was miserable, and I the run defeated me completely. And that was the furthest run I made it, and I gave up. I was gonna do like the Shamrock Marathon or something like that down in Virginia Beach. That's what I was kind of building up for, and it just knocked the wind out of my sail, and I gave up. So, but that year I had some good half marathons. I ended up doing two halves within the kind of time frame that I would have did a full. So I kind of covered the distance in two different races. But yeah, so enough of me rambling on. That's all I got for you. I sorry I haven't checked in a while. I'm still here. I'm still at it. I'm still going, and I hope everybody's doing well. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Adios.